Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you are new. So today's video is going to be a what's for dinner. So I have 3 super easy dinner recipes and 1 super easy semi-healthy dessert recipe. So if you want to see what I made for dinner this week, then just keep watching. Okay, so we are going to get started on our cheese dip. So this is what we are having for dinner with tacos tonight. So the recipe that I'm going to link down below for you is actually double this. So I'm halving the recipe. So I've got 1 pound of the Queso Blanco Velveeta. I've got a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. The recipe calls for 4 ounces and then 2 ounces of jalapenos, but I'm just going to use 4 ounces of green chilies simply because I don't want it to be too spicy. It's going to be 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cumin, and then I've got 1/2 cup of milk here. So I'm just going to dice up this cheese really quickly. Okay, so I've got that all diced up in there, so I'm going to go ahead and add my can of green chilies. My 1/2 cup of milk. Like I said, if you were doubling this, you would use double what I'm using. And then 1/8 of a teaspoon of cumin. So I just have a 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon, so I'm just gonna be really careful with this. That looks like not a lot, but that's what the recipe calls for, so we're gonna stick to the recipe. Normally whenever I try a new recipe, I stick with the recipe, and then if I feel like I need to tweak it, then I will tweak it the next time I make it, if it's good enough to make again. Not really much to stir here, but we'll give it a quick stir. I've got my little crock pot on low. I'm gonna pop a lid on and I will catch you back whenever it is all melted. Okay, so we are just gonna get started on our taco meat. So I've got 2 pounds of ground beef here in my electric skillet. I love using my electric skillet for browning meat. And I'm just gonna use 1 packet of taco seasoning with some onions. Here is the cheese dip after it is all done. This melted down beautifully and it drizzled over chips so well. So I definitely recommend trying this queso recipe. Also, I did cook my meat a little bit ahead of time, so I decided to throw it in the crock pot in hopes that it would get a little bit more tender, and it did work. So if you have time to do this with your taco meat, I definitely recommend. So next I'm just going to heat up my taco shells. I did get this taco kit that had hard and soft taco shells in it, so I just used the directions on the back of the package. And I am just going to assemble my tacos here. I had 2 hard tacos and 2 soft tacos, and I'm just using cheese, lettuce, sour cream, and salsa to put that together. And this dinner is so easy. I don't think that it's complex whatsoever. I just had a little bit more extra time today, so I did want to make the queso in the crock pot and then throw my taco meat in the crock pot as well. So taco night is such an easy night, and you can have so many different variations, but it is definitely one of our favorites. And like I said before, definitely try that queso recipe. I will leave the recipe link down below for you. Also, let me know down below, what do you prefer? Do you like crunchy tacos or do you like soft tacos? I definitely prefer crunchy tacos, but my husband actually likes soft tacos. So I'm curious, what do you prefer? So this next night is another super easy dinner recipe. Well, it's not even a recipe, it's just an idea, I guess, but it is chef salad. So I've just got some deli turkey meat, and then I have just a bag of lettuce. I boiled some eggs the night before. I'm just chopping those up, layering them on my salad, and we're just gonna top it with some homemade ranch that I made in a vlog, bacon bits, croutons, and cheese. So yeah, here's what they look like when they all came together. This is a super easy weeknight dinner. Next, we are going to make some marinated chicken. So I've just got 4 chicken breasts that I'm going to put in this bag, and I have the smoky applewood marinade from McCormick, I believe. And I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of the package. I thought it was kind of weird that this marinade called for apple cider vinegar. I just happened to have it in the fridge, so I went ahead and used it, but I don't really think that it's necessary. It was only 2 tablespoons, so if you don't have it on hand, don't use it. Just add extra water or extra oil or something. But yeah, this marinade was actually really, really good. It was a substitution in a Walmart grocery pickup, and I was a little hesitant because on the back it actually talks about pork and seafood, but it worked really well with our chicken and it was super juicy. So next I'm just going to empty all of this packet into the bag. I'm going to make sure that every inch of the chicken is coated just by massaging it into the chicken. And then I will fold up the bag, let all the air out, and then throw it in the fridge. This marinated for about 6 hours and it came out perfect. So next we are just going to get our air fryer ready. So I have the Cosori 8-quart air fryer, and I can leave it linked down below for you if you're interested, but I'm just putting the chicken from the bag into the air fryer. I don't use any cooking spray. The basket is already non-stick. I see a lot of people using cooking spray, but I just don't want to mess up my air fryer. So I just use the instructions that came with my air fryer. So no cooking spray for me, nothing sticks, and it's super easy to wash. So just wanted to mention that, but I'm just cooking this on 400 for 10 minutes, and then I flip them and then cook them for another 5 minutes. Now I'm just going to make some cornbread muffins. So I just, follow the directions on the back of the package. We like having muffins just because it's easier for me to give to the kids, but I do like having just a good old cornbread cake, I guess you could say. Let me know down below, how do you guys prefer your cornbread? So here is what the air fryer chicken looked like when it came out. So juicy, so good, so tender. And here's my husband's plate. I just let him have some barbecue sauce on the side, and we serve this with green beans and cornbread. So for dessert this week, I'm going to be making banana chocolate muffins. So I've got, the recipe calls for 3 very ripe bananas, which I've got here. I actually pulled these out of my freezer because I stuffed them in there the last time that we had bananas. So I'm just going to put the bananas in this bowl here. Next, I'm going to get 2 eggs. And we're gonna beat that together with our hand mixer really quickly. Now I'm gonna add the cake mix. This is the cake mix that I chose because that is what the recipe called for. So I will definitely link the recipe down below for you. This is such an easy adaptation. You can put whatever cake mix you want in it. You can add chocolate chips, you can add nuts, you can add peanut butter chips, berries, whatever you want to do with it. But like I said, I'm following the recipe and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, so I got my oven preheating to 350. I'm gonna use my 3 tablespoon ice cream cookie cake scoop, and we're just gonna scoop it into these muffins. So we're gonna pop these in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. So they just came out of the oven and they look amazing. And here's that batch too. Oh, they smell so good. You guys have to try these. I will let you know in a voiceover how they taste when they cool off. So that is gonna be it for today's What's for Dinner. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that it gave you some ideas for dinner. Also, those banana muffins were amazing, so you definitely have to try them. And they stayed soft for about 3 or 4 days, so definitely try them. I will leave the recipe link down below for you. Also, I will leave any recipes linked that I used today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.